Good morning, everyone. Myself, Niveta, working as Assistant Professor in the Department of ECE in SRM Engineering College, Trichy. Now, I am going to present a small presentation over wireless communication. So, wireless communication is nothing but it is a form of transmitting or receiving voice and data using electromagnetic waves in open space. The information from the sender to receiver is carried over a well-defined frequency band. The frequency band is termed as channel. So each channel has a fixed frequency bandwidth and capacity. So the capacity means it is nothing but a bit rate. So different channels can be used to transmit information in parallel and independently. So why we are preferring wireless communication means here we are transmitting an information from a transmitter to receiver in electromagnetic space. So there is no need of wires. So there is no need of bunch of wires running from here and there. So it is a magical term which instantaneously communicate from a transmitter to a receiver without a physical connection setup. So it can cover over a global coverage area. Communication can reach where wiring is infeasible. So example, you can consider in rural areas, buildings, battlefield, outer space. In these areas, wired communication is not at all a possible thing. So here, wireless communication plays a vital role in transferring information from one place to another place. So, what is mean by wireless communication? It is nothing but a transmitting or receiving data using electromagnetic waves in open space. So, the information is carried from sender to receiver in a well defined channel. So, in a well defined channel, the information is carried out. So, the channel should have a fixed frequency bandwidth and capacity. So, different channels can be used to transmit information. So these are the frequency range which are used in wireless communication. So in FM radio, the frequency range is 88 megahertz. Whereas in TV, in FM, audio signals are transmitted. So the frequency range can be 88 megahertz. Whereas in TV, that is television broadcast, both audio and video are transmitted. So it requires 200 megahertz frequency. In GSM phones, GSM phones are 900 megahertz. For GPS, 1.2 gigahertz. In PCS, the personal phones, 1.8 gigahertz. For Bluetooth communication, we are preferring 2.4 gigahertz. Whereas for Wi-Fi, it is 2.4 gigahertz. So this is the technique how the communication takes place in wireless communication. So here you can see this is the transmitting antenna which is placed in the ground space. So in the ground it is placed. Both transmitting and the receiving antenna will be placed in the ground. So using electromagnetic waves, the information is transmitted from the transmitting antenna to the ground station. From the ground station, the signal get transmitted to the satellite. So here there is no wire communication. It is completely over wireless communication in the form of electromagnetic waves. From the satellite, the information is received by the ground station that is placed in another place. So this is from the ground station 2. This is ground station 1, this is ground station 2. From the ground station 2, the information is received by the receiving antenna. In wireless telecommunication, multipath is the propagation phenomenon that result in radio signal reaching the receiving antenna by two or more paths. So a signal as it travels through the wireless channel undergoes various propagation effects due to the presence of buildings, mountains and other such obstructions. So what are the propagation effect those signals undergoes means it reflection, diffraction, scattering and refraction. So these things should be present in between transmitter and receiver while transmitting a signal through wireless channel. So these phenomena lead to large scale propagation loss and small scale propagation loss. So these losses should be removed in order to receive the original signal. So There are different types of wireless communication. The first one is radio transmission. So in radio transmission, it is easily generated. Then it is omnidirectional. It can travel long distance and easily penetrate through the building. So what are the drawback in radio transmission means it completely depends upon the frequency. So it completely depends upon the frequency. This is the first one. And the next one is relatively low bandwidth. So it is having a so the radio frequency is 88 megahertz, so it is a low bandwidth for data communication. And then it is tightly licensed by government. So the next transmission is microwave transmission. So microwave transmission is widely used for long distance communication, so it is relatively inexpensive. So what are the problems that occur in microwave transmission is it cannot pass through buildings, weather and frequency dependent. So the next one is infrared and millimeter waves. So it is widely used for short range communication. It also unable to pass through solid subject. It is used for indoor wireless LAN and not for outdoors. The next one is light wave transmission. So light wave transmission is nothing but optical transmission. That is optical signal transmission. So it is unguided optical signals such as laser used in light wave transmission. So it is unidirectional, so it can be transmitted from transmitter to receiver or receiver to transmitter. Then it is easy to install, no licenses required. So what is the problem in light wave transmission is it is unable to penetrate rain, thick fog. Laser beam can be easily diverted by air. So moving on to the next one is advantages of wireless communication. So what are the advantages of wireless communication means so working professionals can work and access internet anywhere and anytime without carrying cables or wires wherever they go. So in this pandemic situation, you can see most of the IT peoples are working in home. So in the home, there is in rural areas it also there is no provision for wireless net internet internet. So they can connect through mobile. That is wireless communication. A wireless communication network is a solution in areas where cables are impossible to install. So, in example, hazardous area, long distance. So, wireless networks are cheaper to install and maintain. So, although the wireless communication is having many advantages, there are some disadvantages too. The first one is it is having security vulnerability, then high cost for setting the infrastructure. Unlike wired communication, wireless communication is influenced by physical obstruction, climate condition and interference from other wireless devices. So these are the current wireless systems uh, which are using nowadays. The first one is cellular, wireless LAN, satellite, paging, and Bluetooth. So the first one is cellular system. So what does mean by cellular system is nothing but wireless communication technology which is having several small exchanges. That is, the small exchange is nothing but cells. So this is defined as the radio coverage area by a single base station that will require high power transmitter to support user for wider coverage. So, a most efficient use of limited wireless resources in personal communication service requires much smaller cells. That is, smaller cell means micro or pico cells than the convenient cellular network. The increase in system capacity may be achieved by use of smaller cells. So, frequency reuse pattern and the use of antenna within sector is used in cells. So as the cell size decreases, the interference between adjacent and co-channel cell come into play. So in cellular system, multiple access techniques are used. Multiplexing is nothing but that is division of resources to create multiple channels. So multiplexing can create channels either in frequency, time, space, or code, and the corresponding terms are known as so in frequency means it is known as frequency division multiplexing. In time means it is known as time division multiplexing. So communication between we have already seen so in wireless communication it will be having two antennas, that is transmitting antenna, receiving antenna. From the antenna it is passed through the ground station. So communication between base station and the mobile is defined by the standard CAI, that is common air interface. So the voice transmission from base station to mobile is known as forward voice channel, and the reply from the mobile to the base station is known as reverse voice channel. So in transmitting a signal from base station to mobile is controlled by forward control channel, and the reply from the mobile to base station is controlled by reverse control channel. So these are the four major channels, and that is voice channel and control channel, which plays a vital role in transmitting a signal from the base to mobile station. So the next one is cellular telephone system. So cellular telephone system, this is commonly used in PSTN, that is provide connection to the PSTN for any user location within the range of the system. So what are the characteristics means? It will be containing large number of users, large geographic area, large frequencies, limited frequency spectrum, and it can reuse of the radio frequency by the concept of cell. So basic cellular system include mobile station, base station, and mobile switching center. So a cellular system for mobile communication implement SDM, that is space division multiplexing. Each transmitter typically called base station covers a certain area called as cell. So cellular concept is a cell level idea which calls for replacing a single high power transmitter with many low power transmitters, each providing coverage to only small service area. So why it is called cellular means everyone is familiar with the usage of the term cellular in describing mobile radio system. So we probably know that it is called as cellular because the network is composed of number of cells. Mobile radio system work on the basis of cell, so it is known as cellular system. So what are the advantages of cellular system means? It will be having high capacity, less transmission power, local interface only. So disadvantages include it will having complex infrastructure, handover is needed, frequency planning. So moving on to the next is cordless telephone system. So cordless telephone system, it uses full duplex communication. So full duplex means from the transmitter the that is two-way communication. So first generation cordless phone means it can be used only in home, so communication to dedicated base unit, so it will be work under few tens of meters. Whereas moving on to the second generation, it can be used in the outdoor unit also. It is combined with the paging system also, so it can be used in 100 meters per station. So this is the history of evolution of mobile radio system. So in 1934, police radio uses conventional AM mobile communication system. So next in 35, Edwin Armstrong demonstrate FM in order to transmit the signal. So in 1946, first public mobile telephone service works. In 1960, improved mobile telephone, that is with IMTS, full duplex communication exists. In 1960, in the Bell Lab introduced the concept of cellular mobile. In 1968, proposed the concept of cellular mobile system to the FCC. In 1976, Bell Mobile Phone Service introduces the new technique which overcome the existing method. In 1983, AMPS FDMA FM system exists. In 1991, GSM TDMA GMSK it it exists. In 1991, digital cellular TDMA DQPSK system exists. In 1993, CDMA QPSK and BPSK system exist. So these are the examples of mobile telephone system. So what are the example means? Cordless phone, remote controller, handheld walkie-talkie, pager, cellular phone, wireless LAN. So these are the example of mobile radio system. So what does mean by mobile means? It is a radio terminal that could be moved during the operation. So portable means handheld, so it can be used at any speed. Subscriber means so mobile or portable user, so it can be used with mobile or portable user. So these are the classification of mobile radio transmission system. So the first one is simplex, half duplex and full duplex. So simplex means it is a one-way communication. So either the information can be transmitted from the transmitter to receiver or receiver to transmitter. Half duplex means same radio channel for both transmission and reception. That is, at this, there will be only one channel between transmitter and receiver. Either a transmitter can use that channel or a receiver can use that channel. So in full duplex means simultaneous transmission can be occurring. So the same channel can be used by the transmitter and receiver, and simultaneously they can transfer the information from the transmitter to receiver or receiver to the transmitter. So frequency division multiplexing there will be two radio channel, whereas in TDM it has a single radio channel in time division. So in frequency division there are two channel. The first one is forward channel, then the second one is a reverse channel. So the forward channel in the here FDM is used. Here two channels are there. The first one is forward channel and the second one is reverse channel. So forward channel is for transferring the information from base to mobile user, and the reverse is for mobile to base station. Whereas in TDM there will be only one channel. So this is the WLAN network. So in WLAN you can see it can connect local computers. So these are the characteristics of WLAN. So it can be worked in 10 meter, break data into packets, channel access is shared, backbone internet provides best service. So poor performance in some application like videos, it will be having low mobility. The next one is a satellite. So satellite is, it covers global area, so it is optimized for good transmission. It is expensive base station, it should have expensive base station, so voice and data can be transmitted. So it is used in telecommunication, GPS, global telephone connector, TV broadcasting, military and weather broadcasting. So the moving on to the next wireless communication is paging system. So paging system is, it is mainly used for uh, it is mainly used for transmitting a message. So it should have simple terminals. It is optimized for one-way transmission. Answer, it can be transmitted. It is overtaken by cellular system. So this is the block diagram of paging system. So here you can see there will be a public one main station. From the main station the signal will be, or the message will be broadcasted to substations. Thank you.